What is up, everybody? Cliff Ravenscraft here with another vlog update. My gosh, am I so excited about life, living inside of the zone of genius. Been talking about it for weeks. Just wanted to record a vlog update, share with you guys what has been going on. On Thursday last week, I did a webinar with my friend Jody Smith. Now, Jody is a student of mine. He was actually a student many years ago in podcasting A to Z. And he took podcasting A to Z to bone up and take his podcasting skills to the next level, mainly because he wanted to actually become a podcast coach and consultant. And the thing is I've been sending some of my clients and some of my students who wanted ongoing help after the end of the 4-week session of podcasting A to Z. I've been sending to them, those folks, to Jody for years, and they all rave about how much they love him. And so I've been very happy to recommend people to him. Well, the cool thing is Jody and I, on Thursday, I actually brought people in and I said, listen, I'm going to teach you something that I believe is going to help you create a podcast that lasts. And I shared with them how I start off with each of my students, helping them think about their podcast in a way that nobody else really does. In fact, those who have not gone through my course, the average person who creates a podcast, and this is like 80%, and this has been since 2005, and is still the trend today, 80% of brand new podcasts that are launched never make it past their 7th episode. But that's never been the case for my students. My success ratio is off the charts. Gary Takis is recording his 304th episode this week. Ray Edwards has been 309 episodes, weekly episodes, never missed. John Lee Dumas has produced thousands. Pat Flynn has launched thousands. Amy Porterfield in the hundreds. My students go on to create podcasts that have powerful and positive change in people's lives, and they last. And so I did this webinar and said, I'm going to teach you what's different about how I start people off in their journey and how most people start off. And so I did this webinar. I created a special offer with my friend Jody, who has been teaching people how to podcast one-on-one, where he does 4 sessions once a week for 4 weeks, and he literally helps you do exactly what I was doing before I launched podcasting A to Z. And I said, here's the thing. If you sign up, it's $2,400 for the coaching package that Jody offers. If you sign up for this special offer, I will do a one-on-one, 1-hour mentoring session with you. And then Jody will give you his 4-week program of walking you through. He's actually going to set up your RSS feed for you. He's going to submit you to all of the podcast directories. He's going to do so much of it for you. But this is a special offer where you get a 1-hour mentoring session with me, talking about where does your podcast fit into the overall desired future that you have for yourself. How does this fit in? What's the mindset that's going to help you create a podcast that will last? That's me and you for 1 hour talking. And then Jody takes it over from there. For the next 4 weeks, he's going to help walk you through everything. He's literally going to do most of it for you. And so that was Thursday, did this webinar, totally awesome, which, by the way, if you happen to be interested in that, this offer is good through November 15th. Okay? And you can get that over at podcastanswerman.com/Jody. That's podcastanswerman.com/JODEY. Then Friday and Saturday, that's November 3rd and 4th this weekend, was the Next Level Workshop. 3rd time I've done a workshop teaching people how to create and build a thriving online business, a responsible and profitable online business. And it was incredible, off the charts. In fact, my intention was to limit this thing to 12 people. And then I had those 12, but when I got to the 11th, the 12th seat that was available, I had one person that said she was going to come and she was going to register, and her registration never came through within the time frame that she said. The ticket didn't come through. Somebody else actually signed up and that filled up the 12 spots, right? When it came in, I emailed her. I said, if you go to the page, I just want to let you know it says sold out. Here's the thing, though, is if you still want to come, I feel like I've made this commitment. You've actually been working on details to make this happen for you to be here. So I actually went out and bought another table in a studio here. Let me just show you real quick, okay? Check this out. I'm going to just bring this up. Let's show you here. This is the Next Level Studio, and this is the deal. This is the setup right here, all right? And I'll just walk you through this. By the way, that's my studio area there. And then the students, this is where I taught from, right there. All right, so let me bring this back. We'll come back over here. So I went and got another table. My son stayed home from school. We actually worked this out with the school. It's called an alternative educational opportunity or whatever. And so we completed this form. It says, listen, my son is going to go to a business workshop and he's going to learn about what it takes to create an online business. And so he's a junior in high school. They approved it, and so my son was the 14th person in the workshop. And by the way, I set him right next to my friend Chris Pavone. That was intentional, by the way. I chose to do that. And the two of them connected during this weekend, and my son was so engaged. Every student that comes here, or a participant that comes to the Next Level Workshop, they get a notebook, a workbook, and during the end of the first day, everybody had left, gone home, or that evening, and I looked into my son's notebook, and I expected to see a bunch of doodles and stuff like that. Mind blown. My son has, in his notebook, he literally has every single word from every slide handwritten into his notebook, plus additional notes. And he's told my wife and he's told his sisters, he says, listen, guys, you have to take Dad's workshop. He goes, I've learned more in his workshop than what I've learned in all of my experience in school, and it's awesome stuff. No wonder people pay Dad what they pay to come here. This is incredible. You guys have to do it. By the way, as a result of this, my daughter's already talked to Stephanie. My wife, by the way, she's already told Stephanie that she wants to go to the Tony Robbins event with me in July next year, which I'm super stoked about that. So many different awesome things. Anyway, the workshop, 14 people, completely sold out, packed house. It was the best experience that I've done in the workshop so far. And I think the reason why it was the best experience was the fact that this is the first time that I fully embraced that this is who I am and this is what I'm doing moving forward. I've kind of burned a few of the boats to podcasting, coaching, and consulting, and I'm moving into a new world of the next phase of who I am and what I do in the world. And so the Next Level Workshop, massive success. And by the way, one of those individuals paid the $7,500 for the Day with Cliff add-on. Now, the Day with Cliff is a $7,500 package where you get to spend an entire 8-hour day right here in the Next Level studio for one-on-one mentoring. And he actually absolutely loved it. I've got this is the third time I've done a Day with Cliff package. I have a testimonial from all of those individuals, and life change, clarity. They absolutely hands down said this is the best investment they've ever made, and they highly recommend it to others.
When I first decided to attend the Next Level Workshop, I wasn't completely sure that it was the right thing for me. I'm one of those people that I had dabbled in doing an online business for actually a couple of years, and I wasn't sure if I was ready. I wasn't sure if I had the mindset, and wasn't really sure if it was worth the investment at this point. Having just completed the Next Level Workshop and spending a day with Cliff on top of that, I can tell you that it is one of the best investments that I've ever made in terms of getting my online business up and off the ground. I think the best word that I could use to describe my experience and what I received from it is clarity, but that so understates what my experience was like. The Day with Cliff experience was way above my expectations. My objective in coming into the Day with Cliff after the workshops was to turbocharge my workshop experience. I was looking forward to being able to take what I had learned and bring it down to a slightly more personal level. What I am coming away with is a battle plan that's going to allow me to not only get my business built and launched, but allowed me to pull in so many other seemingly unrelated areas of my life that I was able to pull together in a way that allows me to walk away feeling more confident in my abilities and more confident that I'm going to achieve the goals and objectives that I have set for myself now as it relates to building and launching an online business. I would recommend making the investment, and that's what this is, into the Next Level Workshop and the day with Cliff. It's well worth it, and I think the dividends that it will pay for me and for anyone that does it is just going to be huge in the future.
This is awesome stuff. It's so much. This is just the beginning of my future and what I'm doing. Super stoked. So that was the Next Level Workshop plus the Day with Cliff package. And by the way, if you can't tell, I'm recovering from an upper respiratory infection that happened right before it was actually Thursday morning. I woke up with a big sore throat and all this stuff from allergies and stuff. And yeah, but it was kind of funny. I told this already on Facebook Live the other day, but my voice was much worse than this. My voice was much worse than this. And I've told some people, I said, listen, you know, one of the things that I feel like is my vision of the future is I actually feel like I want to do for my generation and the next generation. I want to do for my generation and the next generation what Tony Robbins has been to my generation and the generation before me. Okay? I literally want to, I feel called to do what Tony Robbins has done. And what is that, by the way? It's helping people break free from limiting beliefs that are holding them back. It is helping people, it's helping people achieve peak performance in life, is what he would say. But here's the deal. You know what? Let me come back to that because I do have an outline and I want to make sure I cover everything. So that was the workshop weekend. Now, because of my upper respiratory infection, I had not worked out on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, those of you who know me know that I work out 6 days a week, every week for the rest of my life. In fact, on November 14th, it will actually be 3 years. And I am still, even though I did not work out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I still considered myself to have achieved and maintained this commitment. I will always grant myself doctor's orders to rest and let my body recover. So here's the deal. This morning, Monday morning, now normally in the past, this is the past, it's gone. In the past, what would have happened after a weekend like this? I would have Monday morning, I would have been depressed. I would have been like, I've got to get back to marketing my A to Z course, and I've got to return to the real world, you know. But no, that weekend was. This is my real world now. The post-vacation blues stuff is gone. So at 5 a.m. this morning, I was up and I was at the gym with my son. It was incredible. So back in the gym, 5 a.m. this morning. Incredible day, super awesome. What are some of the things that I've done today that have been some of my highlights? I had a phone call today, this afternoon, impromptu. Started off with a little text message with my friend Mark Mason. And I said, hey Mark, do you have some time soon? I'd love to chat with you about the implications and ramifications of SEO and all this other stuff if I were to switch my WordPress website from podcastanswerman.com to cliffravenscraft.com, and what's the best method of doing it? He said, absolutely. He says, I got some time now to chat if you want to talk, just to go over some things to see how you have things set up. We had this call, this conversation. It was incredibly awesome. Let me look at my notes real quick. So yeah, talked about rebranding to cliffravenscraft.com. That's actually going to be taking place very soon. Even further burning some boats, additional boats to the whole podcast coach and consultant brand identity that I've built over the last 12 years. I actually have come up with a new Twitter bio. If you go to my twitter.com/cliffeotc, and this will propagate eventually everywhere. My new bio is, I'm an online business mentor. I help change people's beliefs about who they are and what they're able to achieve. My true passion, my true joy, my true everything is encouraging and inspiring and educating them in such a way that helps them become all that they were created to be, so that they can experience true fulfillment, not just financially successful, but successful in a life that is well lived. Living fully alive, as my friend Ken Davis would say. Then this afternoon at 3 p.m., I talked with my friend Jeff Goins from the Tribe Conference and GoinsWriter.com. He and I had scheduled this call months ago when right after I attended his Tribe Conference, which inspired me to create the Free the Dream event. as early as it is. We had about an hour-long call where I took a page and a half notes just based upon our conversation. And like, listen, what are some of the things that you've done? Because this is his second event in Liberty Hall. It's his third event overall. I said, what are some of the things that you did before that you'd never do again or you'd do differently? And even this event, what are some things that you did this time that you would do differently next time? And so I got a ton of wonderful notes there. I said, what are some of the things that you did this time that you're extremely proud of, that you will always do in every single event? And he shared some valuable stuff there. And we got to talking about the event that I'm doing called Free the Dream, and we just had a blast talking. And it's just these networking with amazing people who are already doing amazing things, learning from their experiences, learning from their failures. This is how you shortcut yourself to great success, my friends. And I am actually doing that. Just like people who have come to this next level workshop to shortcut their path to success, financial success in their online business, helping them learn from all the mistakes, the things that I will never do again if I had to start it all over again. I help them with that. Things that I'm doing now that I will always do, helping them learn that. I did that for them, and now I'm actually learning that from other people in the next things that I'm looking to do. Absolutely loved that call with Jeff and learned so much. Like I said, page and a half of notes. Free the Dream Conference is going to be amazing. But then he asked me at the end of the call, or right before the end of the call, he said, so Cliff, now that podcasting A to Z is done, what are you doing moving forward? And I said, well, I've got so many different opportunities. I said, but there are 3 that I'm focused on. Number 1, I'm focused on the next level mastermind. I told him, about how I've been doing the green room since October 2010. And now I actually want to create, it's been the most successful thing in my business. It's been the most valuable thing. It's things that have elevated me to new levels of success more than anything else that I've done. And so I said, I want to create that for people who are at the earliest stages in their business. This is people who are just now creating their online businesses. They've generated a little bit of income, but they haven't yet left the day job yet. And these groups are for people who have become 100% full-time self-employed for however long, but if they're still struggling to make things happen financially, they're not yet breaking a minimum of $5,000 or $10,000 a month consistently in their online income. I know for a fact I can help those people. If they're generating some income, I know what I can do to help them and mentor them. And so the idea is this is a full-blown mastermind group where they're going to be among their peers, and I'm facilitating that, I'm bringing that in, but I'm also sprinkling in quite a bit of mentoring, bringing these people into a mentoring relationship with me, but a mastermind group relationship with each other, and facilitating for that. I'm going to do 2 of those groups. I have already started them, called the Next Level Mastermind. One meets every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The other one meets every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. By the end of this year, I expect both of them to have 12 members in them, and it's going to be incredibly awesome. So that's one thing that I'm doing. The next thing that I'm doing are these next level workshops. I'm already selling them out. I've got a waiting list for people who are waiting for the next one. By the end of this week, I will open up the registration over at podcastanswerman.com/next-level-workshop, or what will become cliffravenscraft.com/next-level-workshop. The thing is even if after I make the change, the old links will still work as well because of my friend Mark Mason. He's a genius when it comes to that stuff. He's going to help me work all those details out. I want to do 6 to 8 of these workshops per year. And if those all sell out, then I may actually do more. I'm addicted to doing these workshops, not because of the income, but the influence, the impact, the transformation that I'm seeing in people's lives. I'm addicted to that. So that's the second thing. And then I told him I'm working on, of course, and he already knows about the Free the Dream event. And I said the difference between these workshops, the workshops are very much nuts and bolts. These are the details, step by step. I mean, you come out of here, you're going to have a plan on what you need to do in your business and exactly what order to do it. We teach them how to go back to steps 1 through 7 to find out why they've been creating content for so many years, but they're not creating any income. And I know how to fix that. And that's the nuts and bolts. That's what the workshop is. The Free the Dream conference, though, is my version of Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within conference. I want to take what I experienced at Unleash the Power Within, and I'm creating a conference called Free the Dream with my wife, Stephanie. And My wife and I went there and we had an experience. We had an experience that transformed who we are. Unleash the power within. I went in with one understanding and one belief about who I was and what I could do in this world. And I left with a completely different understanding of who I was, what I'm capable of. And it happened as a result of an experience. And that experience helped me understand and discover limiting beliefs and helped me actually completely break those limiting beliefs, replacing them with empowering thoughts, gave me actionable principles and items that I could use in my day-by-day life to help me kick self-doubt to the curb and move forward with boldness and confidence. Helped me learn how to shortcut my path to success, hands down, taking off learning curve of anything that I would want to pursue, how to get there faster with less bruises on the way. So what is the Free the Dream Conference? The Free the Dream Conference isn't a conference that's going to take somebody who wants to go from an unfulfilling day job to full-time self-employment doing the work that brings great fulfillment and joy and helps them embrace fully who they are in the world. It's not the target audience for the workshops and Free to the Dream is exactly that. If you're an unfulfilled day job person on the path of becoming 100% full-time self-employed, or you're already full-time self-employed and need to go to the next level, you're the target audience for both the workshop and the conference. But the difference is the conference is not going to teach you the nuts and bolts of every step you need to do, because you know what? Many people have already got that. They've already come to the workshop, or they've already gone to 15 other conferences or bought all these online courses. They know the steps. If they don't know the steps, they come to the workshop. If you already know the steps, the thing is Tony Robbins has always said, it's 20% skill, 20% knowledge, it's 20% strategy, 20% the plan, 80% is up here, mindset. The conference, Free the Dream, is going to help people understand how to free their mind for success. That, my friends, is what I've been up to. Had those conversations today. I'll tell you right now, the most exciting, most amazing things that I've had in my life today was my workout with my son at 5 a.m. this morning, a 1-hour call with my friend Mark Mason, and a 1-hour call with my friend Jeff Goins. And I'll tell you what, those 3 hours out of my day today will have dividends. Those 3 hours invested will have massive dividends of greatness that's going to improve my life and the way that I'm going to be able to improve the lives of other people around the world. So with all of that, I ask you guys, what are you doing with your life? How are you investing the hours of your day? I encourage you to be intentional about doing things that moves you more towards your zone of genius, more of your time spent there doing the thing you were put on this earth to do. If you have been struggling with your pursuit of your online business, you've heard the 3 things I've got going on. You can send me an email to cliff@podcastanswerman.com, or you can send me an email to cliff@cliffravenscraft.com. Guess what? It'll go to the same place. It's already active. Let me know if you're interested in the mastermind. Let me know if you're interested in the workshop. Let me know if you're interested in the Free the Dream Conference. That, my friends, is my vlog update. That's what I've been up to. Until next time, I encourage you to take every area of your life to the next level.